Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look.
And we are back on another Saturday morning here, all about the hoops on Pub Sports Radio with my guys, Guns, Picks, and Wine Time Sports. What we doing this weekend, Wine Time? How we doing, man?
Oh, we're good. Coming off a winning day in the National Basketball Association last night, little 3-2 day, but coming off a 1-3 day in college basketball. So we lost money yesterday. College basketball has been rough for me this year, not going to lie, but going to keep hammering the board. We've got a lot of games to talk about today. I've already got like 4 or 5 plays I want to make official, and I want to lock in the book. So I'm ready to go. How we doing over there, Guns?
I mean, 4-2 in college basketball. The max bets have been cooking, and unfortunately, we didn't hit our max bet yesterday. It was a bad max bet. I was debating taking Northern Iowa or Illinois Chicago, and I took Illinois Chicago as my best bet. Unfortunately, didn't come to fruition, but everything else hit. Man, it was a beautiful Friday, and it's going to be a beautiful month in college basketball. This is we got the Super Bowl on Sunday, and then it's all focused in on college basketball. Can't wait to break down the board with you boys.
Did you just say Northern Idaho?
No, I said Iowa. Did I say
no,
Iowa?
No. Okay, well, I still don't know Northern Iowa. I still don't know Northern Iowa.
No, there's a cap that we can talk about. We're talking about Idaho and Idaho State and Montana is a pick one to give it people. So,
shout out to you for that good day yesterday, Guns, and shout out to everybody in the chat rolling in with us, man, on this Saturday morning early. I see our guy Kingo in there, Stacks in the chat. There's our guy, The Big Show, man. Make sure you guys tune in right here on PSR. We got UFC back in action last week, so they'll be here again this week. Ron Lofton, Juan Chavez, Nuke Worker. There's my dude. He always lets us know we got 154 college basketball games today. Everybody, if I missed you, man, thanks for being here. Share the video. Res Mob, I see you up there, my dude. Hit the like. Get it out there, and let's get rolling, man. Like you said, Nuke, we got 154 games to go through today. And we got a lot of best bets from a lot of really good cappers. I sent the link out to several people, like shout out to our guy Dutch, who came on and gave us a winner last week. I didn't confirm who's coming and who's not. I just sent it out to a lot of good cappers. So hopefully throughout the show, we get graced with a lot of best bets. But let's get this thing rolling. As of right now, I still don't have graphics. Wine Time, I think Jose will do them because I got a thumbs up in my text message, but no graphics. So I'll make a banner for the first one if you want to introduce it. Maybe we go Arkansas, Mississippi State first, if you want to find that one.
Yeah, let's go right to Arkansas, Mississippi State. Let me do a quick shout out while I get that set up, guys, to everyone in the chat. And shout out to our guy, the Gorky, one of the stars on the show here. He'll be coming on and sharing his best bets at the end of the show. And shout out to everyone in the chat, though. Shout out to, I see there, Chill Will said, "Sup, gents? Good to see you, my guy." Twisted247. We've got the Big Show in the chat, as you mentioned. King. We've got Stacks, our guy right there. Our guy Nasty Nate right there, too. He said St. John's was good money. Yeah, it was. I was on the other side. Took a beating in college basketball, like I said. But let's get to it, guys.
A lot of people took UConn, by the way. A lot of people.
You what? Yeah.
I think a lot of people took UConn. I took the Johnnies.
I mean, that's not according to the sports book, but everyone in the chat yesterday, when we talked about it, everyone was on UConn.
I mean, the cap, all the sharp people took UConn on the money line.
Let's get right to it. So this game is 9 a.m. West Coast over here, 12 p.m. over there on the East Coast for you guys. Arkansas, the number 21 team in the nation, on the road, going to Starkville, Mississippi, Humphrey Coliseum. This place should be rocking here on a Saturday morning. Mississippi State doesn't have a lot to play for. With that being said, at the same time, though, this team isn't going to be a tournament team when it's all said and done. You got Arkansas. We talk about this team every single week. Have nothing but good things to say about this team. Being 21 at this point in the season is kind of surprising, but I think their best basketball is going to be moving forward. This is a tough spot, though. This game is the ESPN2 game. We've got a lot of good action here. It's going to be a tough road spot for Arkansas here. I didn't move on this game yet, but I wanted to talk it out with you guys, talk it out with everyone in the chat, see what everyone thought about this, because We know Arkansas plays really well at home. On the road, they might struggle a little bit. Let's go over the market really quick, though. 50% of bits and 93% of cash coming in on Arkansas. This line opened up at a 6, and it has remained a 6. It actually went down to a 5.5 at one point last night, and it went back up to a 6 right now. That would scare me if I'm an Arkansas bettor. Give or take, guys, the market hasn't been super – you've been following the market a lot in college basketball. It hasn't been super profitable in these kind of situations this season, but at the same time, I wouldn't lay it with Arkansas here. Asking them to win by 7 more on the road in SEC play. I couldn't pull the trigger on it, guys. Personally, it would be Mississippi State or pass for me. Maybe even a sprinkle on the Mississippi State money line. I'm not going to do it quite yet. I'm close to it, though. I'm not going to lie. 93, ever on the side, and the line not moving makes me want to get involved, but it's a pass for me right now. Guns, are you involved in this game?
I'm not. I lean towards the over. I think we're seeing 163.5 on the.
Yeah, let me go over the over really quick. Actually, well, I mean, this line opened up at 161.5 at DraftKings at one point, and now we're seeing this total already at a 164.5, 165.5 at Superbook right now. So this total is going up. It's hard to imagine it wouldn't when you see 88% of tickets and 89% of cash on the over. So everyone is hammering this over. Is it too late to take it at this point? I think it is. If you got in early, good move. But in this spot, I'm off this. Daby Cab, you got anything?
Yeah, I mean, I agree that like it's probably surpassed. Like 160s is kind of like a normal number with Arkansas in terms of the over. So maybe team total over would be something that you need to look at. Of course, if there's a variance between like one side and the other, is the Arkansas offense versus the Mississippi State defense. I mean, 64th in defensive efficiency, going against an Arkansas team that is 10th in offensive efficiency right now. They don't turn over the ball a lot, but like Mississippi State doesn't really create turnovers a lot. They're 353rd in terms of creating turnovers. That is something that you would need on this one. So yeah, maybe an over would be a little bit of a sweat, but I think if there's going to be any indication here, I think Arkansas team total over is probably some look that you're going to have to take on this one. And mind you, I mean, Arkansas is not bad shooting free throws. And guess what? Mississippi State can't shoot free throws, and you need that for like a full team, like full game over. So I think Arkansas team total over is probably the only way to play that.
Arkansas team total over for Guns. For me, it's Mississippi State, guys. I might move on this. We'll see. I got to hear what Daby Cab has to say about this one.
I did lay the first half with Arkansas here, but this is just a situation where I wouldn't go full game. Coming off the loss against Kentucky, I like that. And this is, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, 12 o'clock Eastern, I guess is the time I should say, but 11 o'clock Central. 9 a.m. your time, wine time. I'm not saying that people in Mississippi State aren't excited and awake and up and ready for this basketball game. But we're talking about an 11-11 team here that, isn't hyped around basketball. Yes, this court's going to be full. Yes, it's going to have a good energy. But fuck, man, it's early in the morning. You just lost to Kentucky. You better take care of business. You better fucking tie your shoelaces, go on that court and take care of business. Because if you don't, Mississippi State's going to beat you. And I think Arkansas is, I think they're understanding at 16-6 right now, having a good season, but there's no time to fuck around right here. Cuff Jr. has been one of my favorite players in the SEC to watch this year. He did have 22 points against Kentucky last game. So even though they lost that game, he still put up numbers. I think he has a big game here. I'm not looking at his props, but I do think he has a big game. I just took the first half with Arkansas at -2.5.
Oh, that's a good number right there. Got the 2.5. What was the juice on that, Cab?
I think 115. Let me pull it up. Yeah, 115.
Let me see what I can get right now. That's not a bad. If I was going to move on, I guess Arkansas in this spot, that's what it would be the first half. And I'm not going to lie, Cab. I knew you were going to take Arkansas first half in this spot. It seemed like one of those spots. It's -3 at most books right now, -115. So you beat that for sure. Nice. Do you still endorse the 3?
Yeah. I'm not scared of a push. I tell everybody that if it goes to like a number that where if you take. If I was going to tail somebody, so I'm speaking for myself, right? If I take a number that I can lose and they can win, that's fucked. I don't like that. But if it's just a push, I mean, yeah, it still sucks if you push and somebody else wins, but it's just a push.
Is what it is. Let's move on, Cab. We've got a lot of good early games, so let's go right to Bloomington, Indiana, Wisconsin at Indiana. This
Hell
game
yeah.
is
we lose our guy Guns. Give me a second. It's important, I think, that I get these banners up. So let me
No,
make sure
take your time. I'll just start bringing this up right now, really quick. Wisconsin, Indiana. We're kind of talking about this game backstage. I texted Cab last night, told him to let Jose to make a graphic for this game because I wanted to talk about it, and I didn't know if it was going to be talked about. But this is actually a pretty slept-on game for the day. The fact that both these teams aren't ranked at this point in the season. I think that these two teams could be there when it's all said and done in the tournament, at least Wisconsin. I don't know about Indiana, but Indiana coming off that big win on the road against UCLA last week. Oh, no, they're coming off the loss to USC. I forgot they played UCLA on that Saturday, played USC Tuesday. So coming off the loss to USC, we kind of called that spot on Saturday. I said it to you guys, if USC loses or Indiana wins that game, we have to fade them against USC, and we did that exactly. They're back at home here in Indiana. Wisconsin, though, this team is good. This is one of the few teams, I think, in the Big Ten that's really getting slept on. This team is deep. I think when it's all said and done, they actually could make a run in the tournament. This team they're built pretty deep, and I like their bench as well. And I think that they can go into Bloomington, Indiana, and beat these guys outright. I haven't moved on it quite yet. I don't think I'm going to at this point. Just looking at the market right now, it's kind of keeping me off it. I'll read it off real quick before I hand it off to you guys. Wisconsin right now is currently getting 60% of the bets and 87% of the cash, and the line isn't really moving. So that definitely scares me a little bit. Glad I didn't back Wisconsin when I did. I've made money back in Wisconsin this season, and to me, this seemed like a Wisconsin spot, but at this point, I'm going to stay off it. Looking at this total really quick, we have no information on the total. We do know that it opened up at a 155.5, and it's at a 156.5, depending on where you're looking. So it is going a little bit to the over, and that's where I would lean in this spot too. Again, it's another pass for me, another really good game to start, though. You got anything, Guns?
Our guy Stacks in the chat said he's on the Wisconsin. Yeah, let me hear what you got, Guns, and then I think this is a great game, actually. But what's your thoughts?
I kind of lean towards Indiana. I like that. They're just a small part of me. Am I going to play it? Probably not. This is a game that's not really on my radar, but I know the line is like you see -4.5. I'm seeing 3.5s like drop on the board right now. So I think the money is moving towards Wisconsin, but I think it's going to be like maybe a little bit pseudo like public sharp collaborative like on that Wisconsin game on the road. It's like like for me, like I love Indiana at home. I think they play a lot better at home. I'm leaning towards Indiana, but am I going to play it? Probably not. I'm going to pass on this game.
I am not going to pass on this game. Apologies, Cab. I know you're about to talk. I am moving on Wisconsin money line plus 160. I don't need the 3.5 points in the back pocket. I'm taking this money line up. You guys know me. I want to take that plus money. It's a small dog. I don't need those points. Most of the time, they're either going to win the game or they're not going to cover that spread. So give me the money line here. I'm moving on it right now. First play of the day, Wisconsin plus 160 right now.
You give me a Wisconsin plus 160 and then another team at plus 140 to 160 that lines up the same as this. That's good betting when you got two good plus money bets that I think could win. I'm with you. I would take Wisconsin here. Look, Indiana has started to look like a better basketball team, barring that loss to USC. I understand they lost their last game, but that was coming off of three really good wins, two of them on the road, UCLA, Rutgers. I guess Rutgers is not a good win, but Purdue, obviously, the home win against Purdue is the big one. Yeah, sorry, Rutgers. I can't put you guys up. Yeah,
they're so bad.
You don't get to hang out with Purdue and UCLA. But you know what? 3 wins in a row for an Indiana team that was definitely, I mean, Gunn said it last week. This is Indiana football time, not Indiana basketball time. It's a weird world that we live in. You look at Wisconsin. Now, they do have several transfers like Austin Rapp, who last weekend couldn't miss a 3 to save his life. You've got Carrington, who's another transfer.
Or miss a 3 to save his life. So he made threes?
He kept hitting them, and I needed him to stop because I needed Blackwell to fucking shoot him, and he kept shooting them, and he hit like his first 5 that he took. So he kept shooting. You got Nick Boyd at the guard position for this Wisconsin team, the transfer from San Diego State University, averaging 20 points a game, and he's been great. But then you get deeper, right? You've seen Blackwell with Wisconsin for 3 years now. You've seen Noah Winter with Wisconsin for 3 years now. This is just a team that has continuity. And in a game where you've got an Indiana team who's trending in the wrong direction and a Wisconsin team who is who they're supposed to be, they're not great, but they're not bad. They're pretty good. I think Wisconsin's the way to go. Wine Time. I think you got it on the head here. I have not decided if I want to go first half plus points with Wisconsin or money line full game with you, but I like Wisconsin here.
For the record, I was like leaning Indiana. I'm telling you, I'm not playing this game. So trust these guys. If they have more information than I do, trust them.
There you go. Man, shout out to Wager Detective in the chat, man. Dropping some knowledge on this one. I saw my dude Starchild in there as well. Starchild, good to see you. Chill Will said 4-1 last 5 road games for Wisconsin. Yeah, they got, like I said, they got experience. A lot of seniors, a lot of people that have been there, done that, traveled, played in these stadiums already. So continuity is something you like to see. All right, let's move on. Wine Time. Wisconsin plus 160. No other official bets. Let's get it. Let me know what you want me to make the graphic.
Let's go right to Washington, D.C. Cab, Capital One Arena, Georgetown, taking on Villanova in conference play. Georgetown coming off 4 straight victories. Georgetown, I mean, kind of talked about this a week ago. They're going to be playing some of their best basketball, I think, going forward. This conference is weak. I don't care what anyone says. UConn and St. John's are the only 2 good teams that are actually in this conference at this point. I don't want to hear nothing about Villanova. This team's not going to be in the tournament when it's all said and done.
Creighton's bad for college basketball. Why is Villanova so bad? Figure it the fuck out. Villanova is like one of my favorite schools they're
supposed to be good. I mean, their record will tell you that they're not that bad, but this conference is just weak. Everyone's beating up on these bottom feeders, teams like Providence and DePaul, and they're not even beating them up, honestly. They're barely getting by some of these teams. Georgetown playing some really good basketball, and I think playing at home in DC. This isn't even at home. Do they play their home games in Capital One Arena, Guns? Do you know, or is this a neutral site?
It's a mix, I think.
So this is a neutral site, I believe.
Ish, but like it's technically in DC, so it's like their home.
Okay.
Their home played there. It's almost like St. John's playing at MSG. It's kind of had that.
Okay, I get that. That's okay. That makes sense. I'm on Georgetown here, guys. To make it quite simple, guys, we're on the dogs today. Let me give you guys the best line available because I haven't played this yet. I'm placing all these bets as I'm on live with you guys. I'm giving you guys the lines that I'm taking. Georgetown, they're already down. They were plus 145 earlier this morning. They're plus 130 now, plus 2.5 on the spread. We don't need those points, guys. Georgetown at home, they're going to take care of business against Villanova. I think Georgetown's going to want to make a statement going down the stretch of the season, going into their conference tournament. They know they're going to have to win that conference tournament to get to the big dance. I don't think they do it, but still that motivation factor. Give me Georgetown money line plus 130. We're going to hit one of these 2 dogs that we've taken so far, guys. And at a plus 160, at a plus 130, we're going to come out on top if we just go 1-1. That's all I'm looking for in this. Hopefully we go 2-0, but with these 2 plus money dogs, I like them. And let me just go over the market really quick, guys. 54% of bets, 67% of cash come in on Georgetown. The home team in the line has moved 2 points in their direction. That doesn't tell you everything, but it kind of does, in my opinion. That tells you that the books kind of know that Georgetown is live to win this game. Bigger bets and bigger money is coming in on Georgetown. It's like the public's coming in and hammering them. It's probably the sharper bettors. And I think a lot of people are betting the other games today, not really paying attention to this game. So give me Georgetown on the money line plus 130. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Guns.
I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat saying like this is a Villanova spot. I mean, if you want to disagree with Wine Time, feel free. I mean, you guys have free will in terms of your bankroll and stuff like that. But like, the side really has surpassed me on this one, but I do believe this is going to be an underplay on this one. These 2 teams did meet on January 21st. Villanova did win that game 66-51, 8.5 point home favorites in that situation. Total now was in that game 142.5. We're seeing 139s, 138.5 right now. So the line has kind of dropped through the table from the previous matchup, and it wasn't that long ago. We're talking about 2 weeks. Last time these 2 teams played, of course, Villanova on a little bit of an over streak, 7-2 to the over in their last 9 games, but this is the lowest total that they've seen all season. So that has given an indicator towards the under on this one. And you have Georgetown total. That is where I think it's more geared towards what Wine Time is saying. It's more of a Georgetown number than it is a Villanova number. I mean, they're on a 6-game under streak. And there's a lot of like 138s, 37s, a little bit of 140s on that one, low 140s. Not with Villanova, however. I mean, Villanova is more of an over team, and when they win, they cover these big numbers of the over. So what I would say is it kind of correlates to what Wine Time is saying. It may be a Georgetown spot and an under. If Georgetown is going to be winning this game, it's going to be a low-scoring game. So if you want to correlate that together, take what Wine Time's saying on Georgetown and take the under. is how I'd play that one.
Man, I tell you what, you think this game's going to be exciting? Look at the total, 138.5. This shit's going to suck. I'll be rooting for Wine Time, though.
Did
I
I
know
say
that.
fade line on his own risk? I don't think I said that.
Hey, if you guys thought I was crying, I just had to put this crack for your eyes. You ever need to wake up, get you some Rotos.
What is it called? The Rotos.
Yeah, and
Fuck
little
those, Cab. Just get
crack
the
for your eyeballs, man.
Let's see if we can eat 30 gummies show.
Anytime, man. You guys let me know. I'll come prepared. Shout out to Eli Morris in there on X, man. I was going to say, let's take a second, hit the like button, share the video, retweet for us if you haven't retweeted it. Let's see if we can hit a high today, man. We're, between X and YouTube, got a couple hundred people rocking with us, but let's get those YouTube numbers up. If you're on X, jump over on YouTube, Pub Sports Radio. But let's keep this thing rolling. I guess Jose is uploading the graphics for me, perfect. But until he gets there, I'm going to keep making them. So which one you want to go to next?
Let's go to Louisville, Wake Forest. Our guy Eli Morris in the chat said any Louisville leans. I do not. That's a game that I actually stayed away from. I'm hoping Guns has some information for you on that point. I'm going to give you guys the market really quick, though, because this is a pretty important game. 9 a.m. start time over here on the West Coast. It's going to be 30% of tickets and 40% of cash coming in on Wake Forest, on the home dog, getting 9.5 points. Looks like they might be getting 10 points here before you know it. I think Louisville smashes despite the public coming in and taking Louisville. I think that's the right spot. Seeing this line open up at a 7 and now move all the way up to a 9.5 is very telling. If you got in at Louisville at the 7, praise to you. Good work. I'm not going to get in now at the 9.5, but Louisville should take care of business on the road here in ACC play. I'm just not going to lay double digits with them. I haven't watched enough Louisville basketball yet to really have a good read on this team or Wake Forest. Should be a pretty good matchup, though. But I think Louisville should blow them out. So I'm staying off this game.
I'll say this, I'm keened in on Louisville, but it's a certain situation is you take their team total over, especially when they're playing like these mediocre type defenses. I did take them as my max bet last Saturday, and I think I'm going to turn it around in this game. Of course, you look at their last road game, they played Duke, and guess what happened? They scored 52 points. I think they want to kind of rebound from that one. Of course, they went against Notre Dame earlier this week, only put up 76 points. It's kind of unprecedented for them because they usually score over 80. So I think probably the team total over is probably a look on this one. I haven't seen the one thing that would kind of keep me off there is if I looked at Wake Forest's defense, they've held some decent teams to under 80. I'd probably stay away from in this one, but I'm kind of leaning towards a little bit of a bounce back after a flat spot in their previous game with Louisville to get a team total over.
I hear it. I got nothing on this Louisville game. Shout out to our guy Kong's Clips. Says he leans Louisville in the chat. He was right. Brown not on the court for Louisville. They were a fade. Put Brown back on the court. Now they're making noise back. They're back in the top 25 again, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I don't got it. Yeah. What are they? 24th? Yeah. Barely cracked it. Look, Wake Forest is one of those teams a couple years back. Who was their guard that they had up top? I'm not going to sit here and try and remember, but first half, they were one of my teams. Not here though. Not today. Not betting this one. I got more action later on, so we'll move on. You want me to go ahead and start making the next graphic one time?
Yeah, let's see if we have any other good morning. It's kind of crazy. Every morning game is decent. Nebraska Rutgers, I don't have anything to say about
I got one if you guys want to. I think it's an early game. It is hold on. Shit. NC State's playing today, right?
I'm glad you're talking about that. NC State, they're laying nearly double digits here against. I'm trying to find it really quick what time this game is at.
It's at 12 East. They're playing Virginia Tech. So they're playing at home. Right. So NC State won 5 straight. They're 5-0 ATS in the last 5. This team is kind of red hot. They're getting back home after they've played 4 road games in their last 5. So getting home is going to be a comfortable spot, especially coming off back-to-back road trips. And they're going against a Virginia Tech team that is actually ATS-wise been pretty decent on the road, 4-1 ATS in that situation. However, when they're a double-digit dog, which I'm looking at the line right now, I think they're kind of on the precipice of that. We're seeing -9.5 in some situations here and getting to that spot. They're 0-2 as a double-digit dog this year. And those two teams, they're actually weighting this game similar to how they weighted Louisville and Duke. Very similar, not too much off the point value on that one. So it kind of gives me an indication of probably looking at an NC State spot. Not an official play, but if I'm leaning one direction or the other in that game, NC State is probably the way I'd go with that one.
NC State here. Let me go over the market for you guys because this is one of the games too that I actually wanted to talk about. I kind of forgot it as we were about to move on to the next slate of games. Virginia Tech going on the road, and here we are. NC State's playing some of their best basketball. Darian Williams, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, coming over from Tech. A lot of people were saying he's going to be a top 10 pick in the 2025 draft. Here we are in 2026. His draft stock has plummeted. And these last 6 games specifically, he has really been showing up, scoring over 20 points, and I believe 5 of the last 6 games, and really just taking the offense and putting it on him as what he should have been doing all season long. I get it. He likes to facilitate, get the ball to his playmakers, let them shoot. He needs to shoot more. He needs to take the shots. He's the best player on the court in almost every single matchup they're going to play in an ACC play this year. It's the reason why he went to ACC. He wanted to face less competition. That's what he's getting. That's what he's had down the stretch, and he's looked good. And this is another team, Virginia Tech. I don't think they're going to have much for him. Virginia Tech getting 64% of the bets, 52% of cash. Line is at a 9.5 for NC State. I think they're laying nearly double digits for a reason. Virginia Tech is a pretty good team so far this year. No slack over there in the ACC, and yet here you are, NC State at home laying double digits. This seems fishy. This seems like this line should be like a 7, 7.5, but here we are, opened up at a 10. It's at a 9.5 right now. I like NC State here. I think NC State should blow these guys out. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it quite yet. I don't think I'm going to either. It seems like every time I place a bet on Darian Williams, like on his team, whether it was Tech last year or NC State this year, he doesn't shoot the ball for the first 15 minutes of the game for some reason. And so for that reason, I'm staying off this game. It's a pass.
I think if you want to, a little hesitant to take the line on this one as a double-digit favorite there for NC State. This is a money line leg. It's like you want to use NC State on the money line leg with some of the earlier plays or some other plays like later. You can put a 3-team parlay with some angles where they're 9.5, 10-point favorites in some of these situations. They'll get the win, maybe not get the cover, but you'll be cashing your ticket if you get a 3 or 4 legger in there at plus money, like plus 100 or plus 120.
Shout out to my guy Twisted in the chat, man. He said, "Can Tech stop the 3? If not, then NC State will win and cover from the 3-point line."
It's a very strong NC State line. I will say that it's kind of a strong line, and usually as a bigger dog with Vatech, they just underperformed. But it's very rare. It's like I said, there's only 2 instances where they've had lines like this as a dog, which is weird because NC State I don't consider like a big powerhouse team.
No, they're not. They're not guns.
Yeah, but like the teams that they were a double-digit dog to were, like I said, Duke and Louisville that are top 25.
Yeah,
I mean that's kind of giving you an indicator, right?
Yeah. I think the graphics are about to pop in there, man, because I saw the other ones just disappear, and I see our guy Jose backstage, so shout out to him. So I'm giving him just a second. Instead of putting up one of my makeshift graphics, I'm giving him just a second. And while we're taking that second, man, shout out to the 265 people between X and YouTube. I said it a second ago, but jump over to YouTube if you're on X, please. It helps us. And hit that retweet and like button.
Fuck X.
Right, but do share it on X and then come over to YouTube. Share it.
The like button.
Yeah. I guess I'll just put this Miami one up. Give him some time to get those uploaded because I did make another banner. Miami Boston College, not a game I'm sure a lot of people are super excited to talk about. But I did go back to the well with Miami first half here. This is a 17-5 Miami team who, looking at the record might not sound so bad after a really terrible year last year. They really haven't played anybody, guys. They got 17 wins, most of them being cupcakes. They have lost 3 of their last 5 games. They lost to Clemson, Florida State, and then they lost their last game to Cal at home, 85-86. That's a tough loss right there. Boston College on the other side, we know what Boston College is. Absolute fucking bottom feeder. 351st in points scored in all of college basketball, 339th in points per game, 347th in field goal percentage, 355th in free throw percentage. The fuck is wrong with this team, man? 350th from 3-point percentage. Good God. Should I keep going on, Guns? Like, this team is just awful. And we all know that when you have a team that's just awful and they're at home in college basketball, it might be a good bet. Like if I'm just being completely honest, right? But this is a Boston College team coming off of 3 losses, getting trounced. And I think because of the fact that Miami just lost a 1-point game at home to Cal, I think they're locked in this game. And even an okay team or a barely above average team that's locked in against Boston College, I think puts boots to ass. So I took Miami here in the first half. Maybe there's some fuck around late cover by Boston College, but in the first half, I think Miami's up 5 to 10 points, and that's all I need to cover. So I took Miami minus the points in the first half.
You said it perfectly. I don't know if I can give anything else on this one. Is like you have Miami coming off a flat spot. You know they're going against a team where they probably had the worst practices going up to this game, probably got their ass like chewed a bunch of times. And when you have teams that go through that, especially on the collegiate level, they're going to outperform, especially early. It's like they may not cover the spread on this one. It's kind of like a heavy spread, especially for Miami. I get that. In Boston College, I think they're coming off getting their ass kicked by Duke, but getting the cover. So, like, maybe a lot of people are going to be jumping on the BC bandwagon, especially like they've been covering, but they've been covering these bigger numbers. Getting a short number here, but like to be conservative, if there's a conservative approach to this game, I would say Miami first half is probably a look, and I think Daby's on the right side.
Love it. Wine time.
Nothing for me in this game, guys. I'll go over for the market, though. I didn't even cap this game. So many games on the card. Right now, we are currently seeing 81% of the bets and 50% of cash coming in on Miami. It opened up at an 8. We're seeing some 8.5 somewhere. So it's definitely moving towards Miami. It's a stay away for me, though.
All right. We got some graphics in there. We got the UCLA graphic in there. They're starting to show up. Bama Auburn's in there. Houston Baylor's in there. Let's go. I can't wait to talk about some. The later games are great. Tennessee, Kentucky. Boy, these games get better and better as the day goes on, man. Everybody,
it's a like one, by the way. We're going to be talking about some like delicious games here today. It's going to be an electric like Saturday slate. No football in the way. Of course, the Super Bowl is going to be tomorrow. You guys can relax a little bit, but let's talk about a little college basketball. And the slate is going to be hitting here today. A lot of great games, especially the late slate. Everything after 6 p.m. East. My God, I mean, it is going to be an electric factory for those that are a fan of college basketball.
I mean, we got probably the best game you can ask for with Duke UNC, but then Houston Baylor too. Like Michigan, I said, Tennessee, Kentucky,
State, and Illinois too, guys. Come on, top 10.
So many good games. Should we just start going through the big ones now, or do you guys have some
earlier ones? I'm good. No, whatever you guys want.
Let's start. This one is probably this is not a big game, sorry, but I'm going to put it up there because I think I like a bet in this game, and I want to hear what my dude Stacks in the chat has to say. You know, this is one of those times, Stacks, where I think a lot of people are starting to jump off the bandwagon for Georgia. And if I'm being honest, that's exactly when I want to bet them, right? The moment that everybody else stops betting them is the moment that I want to be on them. I do understand that this is a rivalry game, you could say. I don't know if rivalry is the right word, but it's Georgia LSU, right? These two teams hate each other. There's a lot of history between them. After last weekend, we all saw Georgia A&M. Georgia fell down 26-2 in that basketball game. And I think everybody fucking saw it. This is still a Georgia team that is putting up serious points. Now, they have not played – they played some shit basketball teams. Let's just be honest. They put up 90-plus, 100 points on some really bad basketball teams, but they can still score the ball. They still facilitate it. I just worry about their defense a little bit. But if there's a team that, you know, I think you can be a little lackluster on defense against, it's LSU. I think Georgia is still the better basketball team. Out of these two teams, I think Georgia is the better basketball team. They've got the better talent. They're favored on the road for a reason here. I like Georgia. I just haven't pulled the trigger. Want to hear y'all's thoughts.
Yeah, it's a tough game here, SEC game. Georgia's lost their last 3 conference games. LSU lost 3 of their last 5 games. My thing is it's LSU at home. It's just a team I don't want to back particularly. I don't like this LSU team, and Georgia has burnt me. Burnt me in 2 of those last 3 games. So I just don't know if I want to go back to the well with you. But I hear you, Cab, because you have been backing this Georgia team, and team that's taken 3 straight L's on the road, small favorite. I mean, this is probably the right time to take Georgia. I mean, are they going to
exactly? Let me paint this picture. Wine time. I got a question for you, Wine time and Guns, both of you guys. So this is a Georgia team that's lost 3 games in a row, right? You just said it. They're sitting at 16-6. out of those 3 games, it was A&M, Tennessee, and Texas. Not necessarily bad losses, but they did get stomped by Texas and didn't play good against A&M, but only lost by 1 point to Tennessee. Let's say they won by 1 point. Let's say they won that game. So you throw one W in between those 2 losses, and they've won 3 of their last 5. And now instead of sitting at 16-6, they're sitting at 17-5 with a win against Tennessee in the last 3 games. What's the spread right now in this game? Tell me it's not 4, 5, 6.
It's probably 4.5, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. I wouldn't say 6, but I'd say 4.5 or a 5.
That's where I'm thinking. All right, Guns.
Go Guns.
I'm looking at Georgetown team total under. I think this is a team that the stock is dropping on. I was just looking at the numbers that like LSU has done at home. I mean, they held South Carolina to 78, 75, 70, 80. Am I going to be on it? I think that they're on 5 straight unders, depending on what number you got the line on. I think they've been very close to the precipice of an over, which is a little bit scary to me. So what I would say is this is probably a game I'm not going to be betting on that, but like I think that we can still find value in the stock drop of Georgia, because Georgia numerically is the number 1 scoring team in the country, which makes no sense because they're in the top. They're barely surpassing the top 50 in offensive efficiency. They just have a high pace. I think they're second in pace in terms of offense. I think this is going to be one of those situations that we can still take advantage of, like the stock dropping offensively with Georgetown. I'm not Georgetown. Sorry, Georgia. But I don't know. LSU, they're not doing well either, so I don't know what to do with this game.
Yeah, LSU, it's just they're not a team. They're a team I want to fade on the road, not really at home. But I mean, I was looking at Georgia's schedule right now. Coming up after this, they've got Kentucky coming up in 3 games. They've got Oklahoma on the road. They've got Florida coming into town on Wednesday. I mean, are they going to win maybe one of those games against Oklahoma? But again, they're on the road in SEC play. It's going to be a tough game. This is a game for Georgia to win. I don't know. I'm looking at the market right now. It doesn't really put me over the top on it either, because I'm looking at, let's see where we're at, 83% of bets and 90% of cash. And the line has moved towards Georgia. So that is a sign. I don't know if I want to be on that side quite yet. This game isn't until 3 p.m. my time. So this game isn't going to go off for quite some time. I've got some time. I'm going to watch this line and see where it goes. If Georgia gets to a 2.5, I might just buy down and get to the 2 and take it then. But at this point, I'm going to stay off it with seeing this much money in bets on Georgia. But I do think you're on the right side, Cab. They can't lose this game. This is must win, because 4 games ago, they were looking like they were going to be in the tournament. At this point, if they lose to LSU, they lose to Florida next week, that's 5 straight losses in conference play. I don't know if this team's going to be getting into the tournament. So we'll see. We'll see when it's all said and done. But I'm off this game for now.
Boy, this year there's a lot of just I don't want to use the word parity, but like there's a lot of teams that are usually good that aren't. The SEC is not, that great this year.
Nope.
It's a lot of difference in college basketball. Man, I see like, Nunya, my guy in the chat, good to see you. Obviously, Star Child, I've been going back and forth with my dude there. Chill Will. All the fucking homies.
Yeah, I think I did a cap and I said Georgetown probably 7 times. I apologize.
Yeah.
My
You
God.
just said it once.
My brain's in the Big East, not in the SEC, apparently. So.
But I see all the homies in the chat, man. But our numbers are low. All of you guys that are always here are still here, but our numbers are real low right now for some reason. So do us a favor, share the video, get it out there and pump it. We've got fucking huge games coming up, man. It doesn't get better than today, so there's no reason for the numbers to be low. And last week, I went 2-3. I had a rough week, but I know a lot of the guys on here kicked ass, and a lot of the special guests that won too. So let's keep this thing rolling. Let's go to a big one here, man. Alabama, Georgia. And I did watch Alabama play that game against A&M. Obviously, I was rooting for A&M to win it, but they didn't. They covered. They did not win. That was a much-needed win for this Alabama team. Nate Oates said that game was a pivotal point in their season. I watched an interview where Nate Oates was talking about how important winning that game against A&M was, and they did, right? And then Auburn on the other side, terrible start to the season, but since then they've won 4 of their last 5 games. Their last game they did lose to Tennessee, 69-77, but good wins over Florida on the road, good win over Texas at home, Mississippi State on the road, still a good win, even though they're not a great team. This is an Auburn team that's trending in the right direction. Is Alabama trending in the right direction after that win against A&M? I don't know. Tough to say because I think Alabama had a lot higher hopes than being 15-7 right now at this point in the season. Not saying not saying that Auburn wanted to be 14-8, but I think if you're close with that program, you could tell that Hall wasn't going to be the guy to lead this team to, super heights. I want to take Auburn at home here, actually. I'm going to be honest. And when I hate saying that because Alabama is one of the teams I back, I'm not betting this basketball game. I'm staying so far away from it here. 176 at the half at the total. I think it gets right around the 170 mark too. So I'm off this game. I think the numbers are where they should be.
Well, I know someone that is on this game, Daby Cab, and we're going to bring him on because he just shot me a text message and he wants to talk this game and the Florida game next in a parlay. So we'll talk about these next two games coming up. You guys see him here every single Saturday here, right here on All About the Hoops. Your guy, our guy, the Goracle. What up, Gorky? You're muted, my guy. It's first for everything. I don't think you've ever been muted.
Well, it's good. I learned from the best. Cap, shout out to you, brother.
There we go. Gorky, give us a breakdown.
Come on screen, bro. I know you don't like this shit, but
You got the floor. Give your pick.
You got the floor, Gorky. Let the people know how you're getting paid.
4 wide for once. I think here Alabama's the side here. I got it early, so I had to parlay it with the next one. Alabama plus 2.5 and Florida money line. It's gonna take me to the bank. And if it doesn't, if it doesn't, then Nate Oates is a fucking loser and should be fired on the spot. Because there's no reason you should have a 27-year-old play 3 years of pro basketball, as pro as the G League may be or may not be. But that's not the point. You went to training camp 3 times, couldn't lock up a spot. You're back stealing some actual prodigy's spot on a college roster, and you're a loser. Fuck you.
Hey, Gorky.
What a cat.
That's why we need you. We need you to break this stuff down for us. Hey, quick shout out to Zala. He said low numbers. Y'all make me want to take a vacation and come to San Antonio. Vacation. And he said he's been watching, found us through Spoons, and he's been watching every day. Shout out to you, my guy. We appreciate you.
So let me get correct, Gorky. So basically, you're saying Nate Oates is on the hot seat for this game. If he loses, he's fired. Is there a prop that we can take on this one? If he gets,
I think that. Well, if he's lucky, I'm not the sporting director at Alabama for the last game. That showing against Florida was fucking poo.
No, it was. I had
shit.
I took -8.5. It was easy.
No, but from an Alabama perspective, bro, you're supposed to be competitive with like the best teams in the country. You're one of them, right? Well, not really. Not really. And now you're an underdog against Auburn. Auburn can't even beat themselves. Auburn can't even win a game against themselves.
You don't think these two teams split like home and home? Like that's kind of like, I mean, they're playing at the end of the year. This last regular season game, they're going to play each other.
It is a rivalry, but I just think that Alabama should be able to squeak out both of these games, especially if they want to be a week 2 or 3 team in the March Madness mayhem, because Auburn, in my opinion, is not the Auburn of Chennai Broom and all those boys from last year. This is not an Auburn team that's very good.
All right, my official pick is Alabama team total under. I would take that like all day long. I don't care what the line is going to be set on this one. They suck on the road. They put up 77 versus Florida, 83 versus Oklahoma, and they put 97 against Mississippi State. Mississippi State stink. and Vanderbilt just basically tries to outscore. They put 90 on that one, but that was like early in January in this one. And I think this is going to be one of those situations that Alabama beating, they may off the highs of highs, winning by 3 points when they were 8.5-point favorites. They're going to take that win and be like, oh, pat ourselves on the back. And they're going to go down to Auburn and absolutely lay an egg. So I think team total under. I don't know who's going to cover that spread, by the way. You can see Alabama winning this one on a low-scoring affair. It's never happened in Alabama in the last 5 years, but I think team total under there with Bama.
Anything's possible.
I'm staying off this. I wanted Auburn, honestly, but I'm going to have so much action today, like just too much pending.
No, I like this is just elite. I mean,
I'm staying off this game, but I've got stuff written down because even what Gunn said about the Bama team total under, I wrote that down. I might look at that in a couple hours and see where that number's at, because that makes sense. But we'll see.
Doug, honestly, my play is based on the fact of what should be, which is the worst thing that you should ever do, because expectations set you up to be a fucking loser. But hey, I expect things from certain teams. Like I expect Alabama to be a contender for the Final Four. Will they be? I don't fucking know. Probably not with what they've shown us, but I have expectations.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Gorky. Cab, did you have anything? You have an official bet on that? No, you're just leading Auburn. You're muted.
No official bet on this. Just leaning Auburn.
All right, let's get to this game because Gorky, this goes with his parlay, and we'll get this game done with as well if we have a graphic for it. But I don't know if we do, Gorky. I'm sorry about that, my guy.
Right.
I don't see Florida back there. Can you make a graphic for us, Cab?
What is it?
The Florida game?
Yeah. I got you guys. 1 second.
All right, let's get to it. Gorky, Florida. Get to it. I don't even know who they play today. I know they're a big favorite, though, aren't they?
Florida
A&M.
Oh, that's right. It's A&M.
Florida plays A&M. Yeah, Florida plays A&M. They should go into in against them on the road and probably
Florida. Florida's gonna win.
Florida, the Gators. They should be able to get it done, especially with the big men. With the big men in the paint, Florida plays the nicest basketball. If you're an old-time like 90s NBA guy, they play the right way. They play inside the paint. 2 feet in the paint is the most certain way to get a hoop and or get yourself to the free throw line. Fuck all these threes getting shot. I don't like it. Miss me with the bullshit.
Yeah.
I have a take on this game.
I want Florida here. I mean, I faded A&M last week. And I paid the price, though. But Florida's getting up to a -7 right now. And everyone's coming in and betting A&M as home, as the underdog. But Florida, I mean, Florida's going to make a run. I mean, this team is good. I really like Florida. So I think that they could lay their number here against anyone, honestly. On the road, laying 7 points, that's kind of telling. So I'm going to bet Florida here. I'm going to see what number I can get.
My play is Alabama +2.5 and Florida money line for like +140 or 138. Whatever I have posted is what counts. You guys can take a look at that. And I hope that gets me paid. Now, if I have to pay the piper, so be it. There's always next week. Play responsibly, fellas, and just do what you're gonna do. Have expectations of these teams that you set for yourself, and it is what it is. Sometimes they're gonna let you down. Sometimes they're gonna get you paid.
I'll say this about this game. I know we're talking about Alabama, but we're talking Florida and Texas A&M on this one. Texas A&M, 5 losses this year. That's all they've had. But you got to look at the rankings of the teams that they played. If you look at the average rankings and you correlate it, it's 48th. That is the average ranking that they've faced, especially in conference play. Now that you're starting to see this team play good teams, of course, off a loss to one of those top 25 teams and ish. I think top 27 or 28. But like Florida will be the toughest challenge that Texas A&M has seen all season long. And if you look at the team total under on this one, I think that has validity with A&M. I don't know what the number is now, but I got it at 79.5. Texas A&M is ranked second in scoring, just below Georgia. They average 92 points per game and 97.7 points per game at home. And you could look at Florida defense. They're ranked 92nd in opposing scoring, but they play some pretty damn good teams in that sample size. Florida on the road has held Duke to 67, Mizzou to 76, and Oklahoma to 79. That is some numbers that this Florida team has done. And if you look at like Duke is in the top 10 in offensive efficiency this year. Florida has also held the top scoring team in the country, Georgia, at home to 77 points when they average 95 or 96 points per game. And I think it's going to be a similar situation here with Texas A&M. I don't know what the outcome of this game is. It could be super, super close, but I think it's going to be super low on the A&M side, though. The team total under is 79.5. I think you can get it right now. If you can get it under 80 on the high side, or if you get it 80 plus, I think that's going to be a very good pick. Very strong on this one. Team total under there for A&M against that number 8 ranked defensive efficient defense in Florida.
Hey, and Florida is one of these teams that I respect, even though I was on the other side last week, like an asshole with Alabama, like an asshole chasing, juice.
Why would you take Alabama last week against Florida when Florida is like covered the last 8?
This A&M, so
because
I
like
you guys know my thoughts on it.
I like
the first time they've been favored in like 3 years. And books are telling you enough.
That's nice. I knew that was gonna be a shit show, and I like underdogs, and I fucking lost it in the first 10 minutes.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree.
First half.
I'm gonna give you guys my take now. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with my guy, Mr. Sparkle there, man. Like, fuck, I say it every week. I'm like, I was negative on this A&M team, and they just they don't know that they're not a good basketball team. And it doesn't matter how many people fucking tell them they're not a good basketball team. They're not hearing it.
They play well in this weird underdog. Like, that number is an A&M number at home.
They're not hearing it, Guns. That's what I'm saying. And these guys do not stop. They press for 40 fucking minutes. For 40 minutes of basketball, the moment you inbound the ball, you have 2 motherfuckers in your face. Like, their press, they change their press up, but it does not stop. Bucky is a press wizard when it comes to it.
The numerical value of them is based on the sheer fact that, like, the market overvalues them highly because of their win-loss record, and they really haven't played a lot of good teams, where Florida is a little bit more battle-tested, but that line is so low. You got to think about this for a second. Alabama was an 8.5-point favorite in their previous game, but Florida, a much superior team and they're playing at home. They're 4.5, 5. I mean, that is... No, Florida, like when I saw that line, I go, Florida should be a 13, 14-point favorite if it was a Florida line. It's not.
Wait. You think they should be on the A&M's at home?
A&M's
that's what I mean. It's on the sheer fact that, like, what I'm saying is, like, I would think that take 3 points off of what I said on a 14, 13-point spread with Florida, because Florida is more superior as far as the ranking goes. They're not. There is because they're home road split. Florida plays a lot better at home versus the road. I mean, it is vital in a lot of these cases, especially late in the season in conference play. Home is tougher. So keep note of that one if you're taking road teams.
It's not about home road splits. It's Florida has learned to win with this roster that they have. Remember, they started the year off as expected, like shit, because they're coming off a natty, you know what I mean? Like, so all those guys that left for the NBA, and they were left with what they're left with. That's why I like this team, because they're built the right way.
I just made it official, guys. I'm on Florida -6.5, -110. I can still get a 6.5. I know it's available at places. This is going to get to a 7.5 before closing. I don't know. I don't think that Florida should be this much of a that's the only reason why I'm on Florida is because I think A&M is just due for some negative regression. I think Florida's going to play a really good game on the road. I do not think they should be a 7-point favorite here. I think more so like 4.5, 5 on the road in SEC play. That's what we normally say. I feel like so.
Jump up that high with Florida.
Well, Starchild, he said Bama
6.5 minus 7.
Starchild said Bama was plus 9.5. Looks easy to take Florida only 6.5. Yeah, but I mean, doesn't the road?
That's why the team
Bama was
total
at
on
home now. Florida's on the road.
Oh, shout out to our guy Guillermo Zertucci in the building. Said, "What's good, fellas? Good to see you, my guy." We've got a couple people backstage. Gorky, thank you for everything today, my brother. We'll bring you back on for the BYU game.
I'll be back for the
guy. And then we've got our next guy coming on. I'm going to bring him on first because he came on. Or should we let our guy? It's Kong back there. So let's let Kong cook really quick, and then we'll bring on one half of walk-off wagers. So without further ado, let's bring on our next guy coming on here every single Saturday. He's probably gonna start talking about UFC after college basketball. He's gonna have some UFC, and he's gonna share it. So shout out to our guy coming on here, my brother right here, our guy Kong's Clip to the building.
Oh shit! I didn't know which one you were introing. I got the graphic coming on for you guys right here. I got you. Hey, and as Kong comes up here, man, show some love to our guy Kong. About to bring you best bets. Then we got Spoon Dog in the wings, man. Like I said, we got a lot of cappers coming on, and we'll go over all of our best bets. So let's get fucking paid. And without further ado, Kong's Clips.
Happy Saturday. Kong's Clips in the building. I'll be in and out real quick, Spones. I had to drop by to show some love. You see it on the shirt. Louisville Cardinals today, playing Wake Forest. I did get this line yesterday. I got it at 6.5 last night. I can't come on here and give out a 9.5, but I did find another way for you guys to play this game. So officially, I have Louisville minus 6.5 at minus 110, and then I'm going to make this official here. Louisville to win and Michael Brown Jr. over 15 points. That is at minus 105 right now on the book. Go get you some money with Louisville today. I think they come out, bounce back, and win this game. And I think Brown Jr. tries to go off here. That's all I got in college basketball. I'm going to move on to the NBA. San Antonio Spurs tonight playing Dallas Mavericks, in-state rival. I'm going to take the San Antonio Spurs in the first half, minus 5.5. Looks like everybody's going to be out there to play the game. I think San Antonio comes out, gets up early, and coasts to a comfortable win over the Dallas Mavericks. First half, minus 5.5 at minus 110. UFC tonight. Year's been a little rough so far, starting off the year on the UFC side of things. Going to rein that back in. Hopefully do that here tonight. Kong's smash play of the week is Daniil Danchenko by knockout, paired with Farid Basharat money line. Gets you minus 112. Again, Daniil Danchenko by KO and Farid Basharat money line plus 112. Two of my favorite plays for the Super Bowl tomorrow night. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Sam Darnold, 2 passing touchdowns, minus 108. I think that's how they're going to score in this game, and I think that's how they're going to beat the New England Patriots tomorrow night for the Super Bowl. And I expect Cooper Kupp, plenty of Super Bowl experience, Super Bowl MVP. Cooper Kupp, I expect for him to get one of those touchdowns at plus 260. That's how Kong's Clips is getting paid this weekend. Appreciate you guys for having me. Show some love to the crew. Love you guys. Kong, I'm out.
You're muted, Cab. I had to run back. I was making my coffee. My bad. Great work right there by our guy Kong's clip. Let's bring on our next guy here. You guys see him on Betting with the Bag every single Thursday. You guys see him here on Sundays, walk-off wagers during the MLB season. You guys see him probably Monday through Sunday on the Kyle Kerm Show, 9 p.m. over here on the West Coast. Let's bring on our guy from a way of Ohio, my guy, Spoons Bets. What's up, Spoons?
What's up, guys? Great show so far. I've been tuning in as I've been waking up. Just hanging out with my kid today. It's going to be a really fun Saturday. So much basketball about to pop off. I've got a lot of questions on what's my favorite bet and stuff. With this much action, there's no favorite bets. It's all the same.
Isn't it frustrating when people ask you that? I saw on your shit earlier when I sent you my the link to this. I saw your shit, and somebody was like, "Favorite bet." I'm like, he gave you his favorite bets, the ones he bet. What do you mean? What's your favorite bet?
There's like 160 games today. These are the favorites. You guys talked about Georgia already. I like Georgia. The money line right now, I think it's minus 115 is the number I have. I think it's still right there. I think its number's gone down way too far. They should be laying like 3 points here.
I am going to be on that Georgia money line with you. As a matter of fact, I'll let you cook for a second if y'all want to. I think that this is just a better basketball team in Georgia, Spoons. And I know that like some people could say like, why is the number so low? I think the number is so low because we all saw that awful, atrocious start to the game they had against A&M last week, right? Like, I think a lot of people's minds are on that. But what are your thoughts on this one? What puts you towards Georgia?
You have 7 days to sit in that loss. I don't know what the start A&M had was, but I mean, it seemed like they were up 30 points 5 minutes into the game. It
26-2.
I mean, Georgia's had a week to sit in that. Think about it. And they came back 92-77 after that. Made it a little bit respectable. They played really tough versus Tennessee in that overtime game before that. And I think this is just a number that's come down too far. I like Georgia a lot. LSU's point guard is also dealing with some health concerns. Don't believe Deon Thomas is a full go today.
My guy Kingo, I'm going to hit your question, but then we're going to let Spoons keep rolling here. He said, what do I think Darian Peterson will do today? You know, just like we talk about teams having letdown spots and stuff like that, you know, I think he can do anything he wants on any given day, but today might be a day where he half-asses it. I don't want to be that guy, but I could see him being a little bit half-assed today. I haven't really looked into it. I'll pull it up in a little bit and let you know. I haven't looked into Is Kansas even fucking playing today? They are, right?
Hey, Spoons, I want you to get in some of these weird nitty-gritty games. Like what? Talk about
Let's talk about Mercer.
Mid-majors.
Can you tell me the two schools and the spread before you start your breakdown so I can get a interrupt?
There ain't no way there's a graphic available for that. Whatever Spoon's going to bring.
Yeah. And say the names of the schools slowly if they're confusing.
These are pretty easy names. Mercer and Samford.
Oh, here we go. Now we're talking.
Basically a pick 'em. Plus 105 is the best number I see with Samford, and minus 118 is the best number I see with Mercer. This is a Mercer spot for me. This team has come down a lot in market value all of a sudden, and I don't really get why. The last game was really suspicious. Chattanooga had lost 4 games in a row and finally had a home game in conference that they could win. Mercer was only laying 4.5 points in that game, and I think they should have been laying a lot more than that. I think now this is just a nice little buy low situation after that. Mercer's beat up on some of the worst teams in the conference, and Samford's probably more to the middle of this conference than the bottom of it. But Samford's already beat Wofford. They played really good games with East Tennessee and Furman. I think this is a spot where Mercer should be laying 3.5, 4.5 points, and we're getting them at a pick 'em price. I got minus 115.
I will say this as a point counterpoint. Like Mercer is a must take every time they play at home. It doesn't matter what the number is. They seem to cover that number every time they hit home. And I think with the Chattanooga game, while they did, I think if I remember correctly, I was watching that game. They did have a decent lead on Chattanooga, and then they kind of like let it kind of trip down toward Chattanooga getting the win on that one. This is a team on the road, I think, in their last, I'm counting right now. 9 games are 2-7 straight up on the road. Mercer's a tough team to back on the road. And I'm not saying it's not a good Mercer spot. And I'm not saying it's a good Samford spot. I think in the same situation, Samford not a good take as well. That's what kept me off that game. I love.
What do you think the number would be if Mercer was at home? 7?
That's the weird thing. It's like Mercer being a small favorite, but like they were a favorite against Wofford, lost that one straight up 2.5, 4.5. They were a favorite against Chattanooga on the road, lost that one. I think the valuation of Mercer is a little bit strong right now. That's why I think the stock is high. But if you're picking one team or the other, it's just tough for me. Like I'm not saying take Samford in any way, shape, or form. I like Mercer is a team. Every time I see them on my board, every time I'm going to look at that game because I love Mercer, but I like them at home versus the road.
Guys, we've got 150 people in the chat right now. Hit the like button. We're low on likes, guys. I know people are just waking up right now on their Saturday morning. We get the show going early, especially people over here on the West Coast. But tweet out the show, hit the like button. And that was a great breakdown. I wasn't expecting to hear anything about this game. Let's move on to the next game, though, guys, because there's a lot of games and not a lot of time left. So is there another spot you guys want to get to? I want to get to UCLA at the end. I know we haven't.
Can I give my best bet for the show right now? Because I got Spoon on. I want to impress him because I like him so much. Idaho versus Montana. We're going to Missoula, Montana.
I love what he just said. He said, I want to impress him.
No, I like him. I really do. I was like, when he's talking about some of this Mercer stuff, it really like tickles my brain and no pun intended. But let's talk about this game. It's like, here's a situational play that we love to see in college basketball. I mean, you have Montana coming off back-to-back losses. They lost to Sacramento State. They lost to Eastern Washington as a favorite. But you have an Idaho team that is 1-3 straight up in their last 4 games and has only been a dog twice in their last 12 games. And now you're seeing them kind of as a dog. I haven't seen the line move just because it was a very short line, but I think it's kind of moved in the direction of where I'm going in this game. But you got to look at what Idaho is. They're 3-8 ATS in their last 11 games, 0-3 ATS in that sample size in their last 3 games. They're also 2-5 ATS as a dog this season. And you got to look where Idaho is coming from. This is the fourth leg of what I call the endless road trip. They're on a 4-leg. This is why we Spoon talks about a lot of these mid-majors. I do too, is like you have these weird scheduling nightmares for some of these teams. Sometimes teams go on the road forever. And this is the 4th leg of a road trip here for Idaho. And you have a Montana team that is coming off back-to-back road losses. They're on the first leg of a homestand that they're going to be there for 3 games. I think this is going to be a come-up point coming off that loss. Montana was a 6.5-point favorite in the previous game, did lose outright, and there you see him as a favorite again. So I think Montana is a great spot here today. Going against an Idaho team that is just exhausted on the road, I think this is a good spot. Give me Montana all day long.
I like it. Dizzy Donut said, have any thoughts on Nova today? We actually already talked about that game, my guy. Let me just go over that because I do have action in that game. There's so many games on the board right now. Scrolling through this, it's absolutely.
We haven't hit this game yet. We haven't hit this game yet.
Providence.
This game yet. We haven't hit.
I don't see any mid-majors in there. Where are the mid-majors?
Duke, UNC, and you want to talk mid-major? Fuck out of here.
I do want to or something. I don't know.
I do
What
want
number did you get on Montana?
Providence, but we can get to that in a little bit. Let's get to another big game though, because we got to get. I know a lot of people want.
What number did you get on Montana?
I got 2, but I think it moved up to 3 or 4. Is that wrong? Hold up. Let me look. That's at 6.
I see 2.5s out there.
Yeah, I would say like just if you can get if you can find a line that is under -140, just money line, I'd probably just take that and just eliminate the spread. But I think Montana situationally is in a great spot. And this is like my guy Mark Zeno. Like me and Mark talk like every Friday, like on my ride home from work, and we just talk about games. And this is one that he brought up and got to my attention. So I got to credit Mark Zeno. Picks and parlays, that guy. So that is a good spot, Montana.
We going Duke UNC?
Yeah, let's go to Duke UNC, guys. Start this one off for us, Cab.
Man, I got you. Duke 21-1, North Carolina 18-4. Nobody's surprised by Duke with Boozer and this roster, but I think the story here is what North Carolina's done. Even with Caleb Wilson, I think a lot of people didn't expect North Carolina to be as good as they are this year. I definitely do think they are one of the top 7 teams, maybe 10. Maybe I went a little high there. But 4 games in a row, right? Duke obviously rolling through the competition, doing what they do, and being a 5.5-point favorite here is exactly where I'd put the line. I don't know what to do with this game. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to love it. I think Wilson has a big game. I think you can probably look at his props. Because the kids, you talk about these superstars like Peterson, Wilson, some of these new freshmen that we're watching. They're all different players and they're different people. Wilson has that fight, right? He's got the dog in him. I knew it from game fucking 1 because he came out and he said, hey, we're making this game a whiteout. And it wasn't supposed to be a whiteout. He was posting things talking about how we're going to protect our home court, like this, that, and the other. He's got fight, and I absolutely love it. So I think here, he shows why he's one of the best players in this absolutely outstanding draft class that we have in college basketball. So after all this being said, I might even go get on his prop, but I would look at his prop, nothing on his side.
I've got 2 games that I want to talk about, so I'm not going to give a big breakdown in this game. I would take Duke. I think they're laying the number for a reason here. I think they're playing some of their best basketball. So it's Duke or pass for me. I might end up moving on this game. This game's not for a while, but got so much action today. I don't want to just keep adding to my card, so I'm off this game.
Just the rivalries. I'd like to get on North Carolina here, but hey, I'm scared of Duke's offense, and North Carolina's given up a ton of points. Like every time they played a good offense, we look at Virginia, even SMU was able to put 97 up on them, and SMU hasn't been dropping 90 or even 80 points on a lot of teams. They gave up 80 to Virginia. That's a team that regularly scores in the 60s and 70s. So I'm kind of scared of what Duke's offense can do to them, but I feel like this is a North Carolina spot. If I were betting it, I'd be looking for a way to try to get to North Carolina.
And you're looking at 18.5 on his prop, Guns. Go ahead, Guns, my bad.
So the way that I'm looking at this game is like situationally, you have to look at like how UNC performs against teams like Duke, because Duke's in the top 5 on the offensive side and the defensive side, especially on the defensive side. They're ranked 3rd in defensive efficiency in terms of Ken Palm. So UNC kind of putting up some points. They're putting up 86.5 points per game versus conference opponent this year, but the average ranking as far as defensive efficiency is concerned that they've faced is 69th. They like the only team that they really faced in the top 20 in conference was Virginia. And if you actually watch that game, fluke second half, and Virginia kind of like fell apart and gave up a ton of points, which is kind of like an anomaly for that defense, because Virginia is ranked in the top 20 in terms of defensive efficiency, in terms of KenPom. As good as their production is, they rely scoring inside the arc. That's kind of like what their MO is, but they're going against a Duke defense that's ranked 17th in terms of defending inside the arc this season. Of course, they have Cam Boozer. Kind of makes sense on that one. And they're ranked 145th in 3-point shooting percentage. They're going to have to shoot threes against Duke to even win this game. And this team does not shoot threes effectively. And they're a terrible, and I mean terrible, free throw shooting team. They're ranked 305th in the country in terms of the free throw percentage this season. So what am I telling you? UNC averages 83.1 points per game, and their team total is set 10 points lower than their season average. This is a team total under. And you can say whatever you want about like, oh, this is a contrarian play to go take UNC on the road against their rival. Duke's owned them for 2 years, easy, in multiple games. And I think they played 3 times last year, and I think Duke covered them all. So don't take that into perspective. I know it's a very different team. Every time Duke is year to year, it's a different team every single season, and that is correct. But this is the best defense that Duke has had in 5 years, 100%. So I think this is going to be a Duke lean but I'm not going to be taking them in any spread. I think it's going to be team total under there with UNC, because that line, as much as they average per season, one of the highest scoring teams in the country, their total set way too low. So give me the team total under there for UNC.
I like
All
it.
right, guys.
Let's do this one. Let's go here. And then also, Spoons, if you're in a rush, man, and you want to shoot out any of the other ones, just let us know, man, because we can go to yours anytime. We want you to stay. You don't have to. So let us know if you got to get them out and go.
He should stay if he wants to.
I'm good for a little bit. I don't need to rush to hit any of my games. I already talked about them all last night and stuff.
Did you have action on this one?
I know there's so many good games. We can hit on anything. I posted my card in the chat for anybody that was curious. I saw a request for it. Most of my games are not the most fun games to talk about.
Don't say that, because they're gonna fucking make me do it. Bring them.
Miami of Ohio. This kind of checks both boxes. They are a major team, but they're also ranked right now. So this is a fun game. They're on the road versus a pretty tough opponent in Marshall. I know a lot of people that are on the Marshall side of this, but I think people are just trying to fade a hot Miami of Ohio team continuously. Like, I've heard the same story versus Buffalo versus Massachusetts and Kent State. The Akron game was the game I thought Miami of Ohio would lose. After that, I looked at the schedule and I was like, they can go undefeated here. And we keep getting bettable prices for this team. I'm going to lay it with Miami of Ohio. I got a -2, 110 last night. There's 2.5s around. I still like it at 2.5. I think they handily win this game. They played 3 overtime games this season. So this team does play in some tight games, and Marshall probably has the ability to do that. I don't think they absolutely slaughter them, but it is in the range of outcomes. And Marshall's played some bad games versus tough teams. This is one of those weird games where you have a Sun Belt team playing a MAC school right now. So it's kind of out of conference. I don't think there's any way Miami of Ohio doesn't have this game circled. They're not completely ready for this. I think this is a really good spot.
Man, so you said how people keep trying to fade them. Obviously, shit, was it? I think it was when, what are they at now? 23 wins? I think it was when they were going for number 20 was when really people really started trying to. Yeah, so 23-0. It was, I think it was when they were 19-0 when people, and maybe I say people, it was just me, I don't know. But I feel like they started getting more media attention. And what you said is so true. Every fucking game I see and hear people telling you, fade them, fade this team, and then they keep winning and they keep covering, and the market keeps giving us a price that we can bet on. Dude, I've wanted to bet them for like 4 games and I haven't. I'm terrified that the moment I bet them, they're going to get their first loss. I'm going to fuck it up. That's just like gambler superstition type stuff. But I want to bet them too.
This team has the 6th most minutes continuity in the country, bringing back so many seniors and juniors. The point guard got hurt early in the season, and the guy who stepped up behind him, Luke Skaljak, is just an absolute dog. He's been an amazing player, played better than the injured point guard did. So, I mean, this team is built to win, and it's amazing watching them run it off.
This team, like everybody's looking for the fade spot to take Miami, Ohio. They've not covered in these weird pseudo like strong lines because they're all offense, no defense. That's kind of what their MO is. I would say like team total over on Miami, Ohio has been very profitable for me. So I've been taking a lot of their team total overs for the season. But this game in particular, this is this weird gun belt versus the MAC that they have like in the mid-season. We saw it last year, and I think I have to remember. I have to go back and look at the situations. I think the MAC teams really prevailed against the gun belt last year in terms of this matchup. This is non-conference pseudo matchup that you don't see in February, and this is one of those situations we have the best of the best, like going against I don't know if I honestly I don't know where Marshall is in terms of the gun belt, but I think this is a good spot, like Spoon said, to go jump on the Miami Ohio bandwagon and then fade them against Ohio in their next game. That's what I would do.
Well, I tell you what, if I bet it,
So Marshall's in West Virginia, not that far from Ohio.
No. Like I'm not talking about travel. I'm talking about like just conference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
was gonna say, if I bet it, I won't tell you guys. I won't tell anyone. That way nobody can blame me, because since I've been wanting to and haven't for multiple games, I'm telling you, the energy is there. It's just like you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I know you do. So if I bet Miami of Ohio, nobody will know. So there we go. And if we win, I'll be like, hey, yeah, I was there with you and we won. And if we lose, I ain't gonna say shit. So you're still not gonna know.
We talked about a Valpo game on yesterday's show, and I bet that team maybe 4 or 5 times this season. I've tried to fade them every time, and I've failed like every time. And I was talking about the game, and I was like, I think this is a spot where they lay this number. It was a huge number for Valpo, like 10 points.
I stayed away from
I was like, there's no way I'm betting this game. But since I think this, you should bet the opposite. I glanced at the score. It was like tied with 6 seconds left. And I was like,
I did the same thing you did. I was like, Valpo. I was like, I did the proverbial sigh. I'm like, this team's fucked me before.
It's so funny. Starting this next game off here, AJ Dibinza. I've said his name, heard his name so many times. Why do I fucking struggle? Because I'm
the number one pick in the draft. 2, you think? Okay. Cam Boozer.
Come on,
1?
bro. Don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started. Number 2, and everybody knows it's number 2, bro.
What?
Spoon.
His teammate's going to be number 1?
Who goes number 1 this year, Spoon?
I'm not a great draft prospect at the top of the list. I'm looking for the guys that might be looking on the end of NBA benches that are playing in mid-major teams. So the top kids, I mean, probably Boozer for me is not the number 1 pick. I just don't feel like the talent-wise it's that separate. I think Dibinza probably has a decent shot at it. There's a couple other really good guards in the country. Don't have a list in front of me.
It's Peterson.
I don't think there's a runaway pick like there was last year.
I think it's not Peterson.
Peterson. Do you think
Peterson? That was the guard I was trying to think of. There we go.
Yes, it's Peterson.
Peterson's going to be the number 1 pick.
Terrible conversation.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I like Cam Boozer was a 3 or 4. Like he's going to be the national player of the year, and he's going to be the 4th pick in the draft.
So BYU. They are in a spot right here against Houston where they really need to win this basketball game because they lost to Arizona. They lost to Kansas. No big deal. But then these motherfuckers went and lost to Oklahoma State in a game that lots of us thought that they were going to just bounce back and pound on. Now you got to get this home win against Houston. Look, I get it. Houston might be a trap here because everybody who's sharp is going to tell me it's BYU, right? But what if BYU is just not that good of a basketball team? What if this number 2 pick we're talking about is an outstanding player with not enough support around? I don't think Houston is the team that I ever want to be in a get-right spot against, ever, in any situation. You had your get-right spot. You fucking blew it. I like Houston here. I have not bet this game. I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on it because I want to hear the sharp, quote-unquote, BYU, why they're gonna bounce back after looking like shit for 3 games against the, best team in the conference probably. So let me hear it.
I'm off this game. I've got 2 other games I got to talk about, so you guys take this one over. I'm watching UCLA.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Who wants to go first?
You can hit this one first.
All right, let's just separate the outcome of this game for a second and just let's talk about the team total. I think the perception of Houston's defense is they hold teams to low scoring affairs. However, I say at home they do. Yes, they hold teams to 58.5 points per game, but on the road they allow 70.5 points per game. That is a big variance. And you look at Houston versus top 40 offenses, they allow 77.6 points per game to their opponents compared to 61.4 points per game overall. So the variance there, we have to break it down to some of these good offense because BYU is ranked 15th in offensive efficiency per KenPom this year. They average 92.4 points per game at home. But BYU can score against good defenses. If you want to go look at those numbers, and we have the second-ranked defense they've already faced in Arizona. They put up 83 points, 82 points versus Kansas. They're ranked 8th in defensive efficiency right now. And also, you got to look at the total in this one to kind of correlate to what I'm going to give you for a pick on this one. This is the highest total for Houston on the road, and the second highest total overall that Houston has seen all season long. And Houston just running red hot. And I think there's going to be a skid here. And I think it's going to be on the defensive side here. I don't know what's going to happen with BYU because BYU has absolutely sucked in the last 5 games, and they've just not gotten wins. If you told me that BYU was going to score 92 points in their previous game, you would say they must have won. Nope. Oklahoma State scored 99 against them. So I don't trust the defense, but I trust the scoring on the offensive side for BYU. Give me the team total over here at 73 and a half is the number.
Hey, I want to hear your thoughts, Spoon, but where was it in the chat, man? Shout out to Kingo right here. I didn't even talk about Fleming right here, but Fleming's, man, he's another one of those freshmen. Now, he might not be Peterson or DeBenza, if I'm saying it correct again. See, I just heard it again. I'll never get that name. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. Anyway,
I can't say it either.
It terrifies me, bro. I look at it and my eyes aren't having it. They're just not having it, bro. When I look at the spelling.
Hey, shout out to Gorky. He's going to replace me because he's got this game.
Well, okay. So I was going to say about Fleming's here, man, is he's got people like Emmanuel Sharp and Miles Uzon around him who have been at this Houston team for years and have, averaged double-digit points for years. So he's got people around him that like I don't want to say like seniorship, but like he's a fucking freshman. I don't care if he's one of the best on a Houston basketball team with senior leadership, right? So like him still being their leading scorer, averaging 17 points per game, I guarantee you put this dude on another basketball team, he's averaging 22, 23 points per game. That's all I was going at with this. So, Gorky, if you're on it, I want to hear Spoon's thoughts, and then we're going to get to you too.
No problem.
Spoons.
So for me, this is a tough travel spot for Houston. I was trying to paint a picture for myself of how I could get to BYU. And it's really tough for me. I mean, Houston's owned this BYU team since they've come into conference, and this tough travel spot didn't affect Houston last time they came up to Utah. I don't think there's any reason it should now. Honestly, with losing 3 games in a row, this number seems short. Like Houston should be maybe 2 or 3 point favorites. It's really hard to win on the road in the Big 12, but Houston's a really good team. Sampson's a great coach. This number being so short just tells me that BYU is going to play better basketball than I expect them to. I'm not going to get involved with this game, but you touched on it, Kingston Flemings. I mean, this kid put up 42 versus an amazing Texas Tech defense. That was a loss for them, and their only 2 losses are on the season to Tennessee and Texas Tech. Those are 2 really good offenses ranked in the top 25 in the country in most defensive efficiency metrics. That's not the same level of defense you're going to see versus BYU. We just touched on it. They gave up 99 points to an Oklahoma State team, gave up 90 to Kansas. This is a BYU team that's not playing their best basketball right now. They're facing a few injuries, but they have a ton of talent.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but they score. They just can't play defense.
Yeah,
well,
there's NBA players on this team, and I mean it's reflected.
Well, Gorky, I saw your dono. First off, man, cheers to dono. We appreciate you and all the members, man. All the green in the chat, you guys.
BYU play, guys. I think that.
Let me finish because I was going to call you a fan, bro. You're a BYU fan, Gorky.
No, I
love
am.
BYU.
It's fine.
I love BYU.
I do.
Oh, my guy Toast in the show last night gave out Houston first half. He noted how BYU first halves have started out so slow.
I noticed that you love them in football, and now you love them in basketball. But let me hear it, Gorky.
Football. BYU is a football school. First of all, BYU makes me. They make me a lot of money in football. Basketball.
I'm telling you, guns. BYU every. It just hit me today, but every fucking week. Football, basketball, BYU.
Bro, white men can't jump. You can't play basketball if you can't jump.
Shut up, dude. Are you kidding me with that take?
I'm sorry, dog. Outside the shooters.
The minute P goes in V, they fucking tell their quarterback to go pound sand.
Bro,
And
we
I'm ready.
can be sharpshooters. Pedro Stojakovic came out of Serbian pussy, bro.
You fucking idiot. Shut up with that take. What are you, Stephen A? With that
Hey,
take?
give him his time. It's his time. Stop being a
I'm
dick.
just saying, bro. I'm just saying. The best shooter in NBA history came out of some white punani, you know what I mean? But
What is he talking
that's not
about now?
what we're here for right now. Right now, we are here because I think that it is time for the Cougars to wake up and smell the coffee. They've been sleepwalking since that loss to Arizona, where I was fading them. I was on Arizona, and I was praying for that shot not to go down, and it didn't. And since then, this team has been broken. Well, I think that here the home crowd gets them back on track, and this is a big game. If this is not a big game, then you shouldn't be in this league.
By the way, I had to rethink like my mentality, because I've said like Indiana is turning into a football school versus a basketball school, and vice versa with Nebraska. I'm wrong. BYU, you're correct, Gorky. It's turning into a football school. We haven't seen it yet because we haven't seen it.
No, but they're more a football school than they are a basketball school.
I mean, I think their success is more gravitated towards a football school more than anything else. Yes, you're correct.
Bro,
Shout out to this guy.
Like how much money that BYU spent on the talent that they have in that roster right now is kind of remarkable. But
well, yeah, but you can also
that school has a ton of NIL money backing.
You can also NIL doesn't always mean wins, bro. You can get these kids from Europe that played pro ball for the last 4 years.
Yeah, but can you turn them Mormon to go? I don't know how BYU works. Like you have a kid from Massachusetts that is automatically Mormon.
They just have to follow like certain rules. Like
you have blonde hair, blue eyes. That's
like
all
not doing it on campus. You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
Are you talking about sex right now? What are we fucking talking about?
I don't know what he's doing. He's
All
like,
right, fellas, we got games to talk about still. Gorky, did you give away your play already?
Huh?
Did you give away your play?
Yeah, BYU money line, bro.
Gorky, my guy, appreciate you as always. Thanks for coming up, my man. All right, we got to get to it because we've got a couple other games to talk about. Let's get right to it, guys. I just love this conference, the Big East over here. I'm betting every single game that they have to offer today. I already talked about the Georgetown spot. I'm on Georgetown in that spot. Also on Providence. You guys know me. I'm a Providence guy. I've been backing them, it seems like, every single game this season. It's bit me in the ass at times, but I like a couple of the players they have. I like Jalen Sellers. I like a couple of the guys that can put the ball in the bucket. Just they can't defend. That's the one thing. They've been playing competitive basketball all season long, and the public is coming in and absolutely just hammering this team, and they are now to a 5.5, I believe, at most spots. Providence is. Let me just double check that. Yeah, they're up to a 5.5 right now against DePaul, and DePaul's turned it around a little bit. They're 12-11 this season. I think Providence is the much better team, and they're at home. I only think they're not a bigger favorite is because you look at their record and you don't think this is a very good team. They've got guys in there that I think Jalen Sellers is going to probably play at the next level. He's definitely going to sign a contract. I don't know if he's going to be starting on any team, but he's definitely going to be sitting on the bench on someone's roster. And I think they actually hand it to DePaul here. Give me Providence here, minus the 5, minus 110. Love this spot. Do you guys have anything in this game?
I'll say this just about like fading DePaul is like, if you fade DePaul, you got a big set of fucking huevos.
Well, I do. We all know that we touch the toilet water. We've gone over this.
From a capping perspective, you have to have that when you're going against a DePaul team that every time they're a dog, it seems like they cover. I would just look at the numbers in this one. I mean, they are getting cold. I will say that for DePaul. I think they've lost like 4 out of the last 5 games, and they're 1-3. 1-3 ATS in their last 4. So the money that you were making for DePaul, I think the books are trying to get it back on this one. And you have like this Providence line that's kind of heavy towards the Providence side, and because like I'm not on it like altogether, but like it seems like a strong Providence line. So I agree. I think Wine Time's on the right side. What do you think, Spoon?
Chris Holtman coached for Ohio State there for a long time. He went almost 2 calendar years without recording a conference road victory.
Yeah.
So it just a spot whenever I see him on the road, I never look to back him. Providence, Kim English is definitely on the hot seat. I don't think likely he comes back as the coach for Providence next year. The fan base has turned on him, but great win at home, double overtime thriller last game out. And I consider Butler to be a much better team than what DePaul is. They also have a home win versus Creighton, a team that I consider to be better than DePaul. So this Providence team has shown the ability to step up. They beat St. John's. They were back and forth with Connecticut. They ended up losing by 6 points on the road. That's a very tough building. So Kim English has these guys absolutely fighting. And even if he's not going to be back next year, all these players want to play on a different team. So I think this Providence team will have some value betting in the second half of this season. With as many games on the board, though, if I could have gotten Providence like 4.5, I would have taken it. But it's just a little inflated for me. They win this game, in my opinion, and it's handy. But I think there's a chance DePaul covers.
Question for you. If you have it available, I'd like to know what it is. Do you know what the odds would be for Providence to win their conference?
Oh, no. Are we doing this? Holy shit.
I think they're already eliminated.
Yeah.
Wait, but they're going to be in the tournament.
The conference tournament or the
Conference
I
tournament.
think we have to do conference tournament. It's not like regular season, obviously.
No, it's conference tournament. So I'm saying like when it matters, because whoever wins that conference is going to go, unless it's obviously UConn's.
You got to think about like the teams that are in that tournament. There's going to be teams that are already in, and I think they're just going to like.
I think this Providence team can make a run. Honestly, their team's pretty deep. They've got two guys that can give you 20 on 20 tonight.
Yeah, St. John's will pump the brakes. I don't think there's going to be.
While you're looking that up, Spoons, I'm going to go on to the next game here because it's another spot. It's Creighton here. Let's go right to Creighton. You guys know me. I'm just loving this conference so far this season. It seems like I bet every single one of their games here. I just want to bring this up. So I have all the info right here. All right, Seton Hall coming to town. Seton Hall coming in at 16-7. They are the underdog here in this spot on the road against Creighton. Creighton had a promising start to the season, and they have just been stacking up conference loss after conference loss, losing 4 out of their last 5. Seton Hall hasn't been playing their best brand of basketball either. I don't like that Seton Hall is coming off a loss here, but I think it tells you very much that Creighton's the favorite here for a reason. I think they take care of business here. I laid the 2 at -110. You can still find 2s around right now. There are some 2.5s popping up, so I'd get there quick. Everyone's coming in and hammering Seton Hall as well. Nearly 80%, 90% of the tickets in cash are on Seton Hall. So I love this spot here for Creighton, -2, -110.
I will say this is like, if you're on the Creighton side, I don't think they've covered in the last 7 games. And you have a Seton Hall team that is on off a like back-to-back non-covers. They are 7-2 ATS on the road in their last 9. It's tough not backing Seton Hall, but like I lean Seton Hall. But like I feel like that's going to be one of those ding 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 red flag alert, like public dogs that we don't want to back on this spot. So I'm going to stay away from this game and cheer for Fine Time to cash his.
Let's go.
Let's do it, man. We can't not do this game. We can be quick with it if y'all don't have action. But Tennessee.
I have that Seton Hall game circled to play them in the second half if they go down big. They just have such they just flip a switch. They put a press on, change defensive schemes over and over, and it's just like a different team in the second half watching them night and day. I've done it a couple times this year. If they're down a couple possessions or more, I'll probably get in on live.
Jimmer for dad, my favorite BYU player. Steve.
Tennessee, Kentucky here, guys. This is a fucking great basketball game because of the fact that they're both kind of having down seasons. You got 16-6 Tennessee traveling to take on 16-7 Kentucky. Tennessee barely in the top 25, sitting right at that 25, because they've won 4 games in a row here. And you would say great wins, Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, Ole Miss, but God, the SEC is sure down this year. And then Kentucky on the flip side, finally starting to look better, starting to make a push, I guess maybe starting to gel as a team. This is a Kentucky team that spend a whole lot of money that we're not seeing on the court, right? This is a tough situation to be in, right? I'm not giving them like a pass, but maybe they've started to figure it out here. I mean, obviously they have, win against Arkansas and Oklahoma in their last 2 games. They dropped the road game against Vandy, but that was a very, very hungry Vanderbilt basketball team that desperately needed to get back on track. That was a shit situation for Kentucky there. And now here at home against Tennessee, I genuinely don't know what to do with this basketball game. I actually think I want to bet Kentucky. I actually
there's something there.
What a fucking chat! Like I was gonna say pass. Can we pass?
I
I'm
think
gonna ruin this cap.
Go for it, Wine Time. You tell me.
No, I'm right there with you. I want to be on Kentucky, but there's too much people coming in back in Kentucky here. Being the home favorite, I think they're better than Tennessee. I'm not high on this Tennessee team by any means. I think Kentucky's going to play some better basketball down the stretch here, but this is a coin flip type of game. Like, I mean, flip a coin and see what happens. I'm off this game. Nothing.
I'll say this. I mean,
go after this real quick.
It's a Kentucky line, but like God, I will never like in my life put money on Kentucky right now. I just can't. I mean, even though like Tennessee is like what 1-4 ATS on the road this season, I think they've won back-to-back conference road games. They beat Alabama and Georgia. I think that is presentable to give you a Tennessee look. I like this is a game I don't want to touch on this one. Why is Kentucky a favorite against Tennessee? This is so stupid. I don't know. It feels like a trap. It just feels like a trap. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not playing it. I'm just saying it's a trap.
It's pretty. Yeah, this is gonna be a good evenly matched game. Spoons, you got anything in this?
This is a tough game. Tennessee started out the first matchup versus Kentucky, a game they lost 80-78 with almost a 20-point lead in the first half. Got out really hot. Tennessee's got a really good defense. This team kind of lacks the ability to close. We saw it in that game. They have a couple overtime games versus A&M and Georgia that really didn't need to go to overtime. So short spreads like this with Tennessee make me nervous. My initial lean is to them, especially losing that first matchup. A game you were up 17 points. You can go back at game film and circle quite a few spots where you can get some points back. I think this is a big one. It's a tough road spot. Kentucky beating Arkansas very handily. Hasn't had a really letdown spot since that. Maybe this is then, or maybe Kentucky's just playing a better brand of basketball right now. I'm not going to bet this game.
All right, to end this show the right way, we're going right to Los Angeles, California here. We've got the Washington coming into town, take on the UCLA Bruins. You guys heard me last Saturday. I came on here, I gave away the UCLA Bruins. They lost outright to Indiana at home. It is what it is. We've been fading UCLA a lot this season, made good money. We've also been taking them a lot, and we've been making some good money on them. And we're going right back to the window on them here. Washington coming into town. I'm actually very surprised, guys. I'm looking at the market for the first time here and seeing this much tickets and money coming in on Washington. 72% of bets, 92% of cash. Line isn't moving. In fact, it's actually gone towards UCLA. If it's opened up at a 5 at some spots, opened up at a 5.5 at most spots, and that's where it's sitting. I'm taking the 5. I'm going to pay a little bit of juice. I haven't taken it quite yet. This game's not until 7 p.m. tonight. After the show, going to find the best number I can take it at. But UCLA, I think, is going to lay the hammer down. Sky Clark was warming up and practicing yesterday to full capacity, everything I'm hearing. And he is their big-time scorer. A lot of the other guys have been having to play a lot of extra minutes. And Mick Cronin, man, I mean, this guy needs to go back to Cincinnati. I don't know what else he needs to do, but this guy is, hearing him in his post-game press conferences not take any responsibility, blaming everyone, and then says, oh, but it's on me. It's so irritating. This guy's overpaid. He has such a talent. This is one of the most talented rosters in America. They paid a lot of money for these guys, and he can't get these guys right for 2 halves. He better get these guys right for 2 halves. They lose this game, their hopes in the March Madness are going to go down. Right now, they're ranked 10th. If it was March Madness, they would have the 10th ranked seed, which is kind of surprising. I thought it would be actually probably like 11 or something. I'm surprised 10 is kind of a higher seed for them, but they need this win. They need to win by margin. UCLA is going to win by double digits here. Give me UCLA.
Yeah, good Pac-12 action after dark. Is it still the Pac-12? Is Bill Walton going to be announced in the game? I don't know. Like every time I see like Washington versus I miss the Pac-12 so much. Like this game is just nothing that like I want to be touching. The only reason is like it could go either way. It's like I'm not like saying fade Wine Time or anything like that. I'm like, Wine Time is UCLA homer. Like, it doesn't matter if it's football or if it's fucking basketball. He's going to be like on the UCLA side. If he wants to talk. He wants to no, like I won't say like you're not necessarily on the side, but like
I faded UCLA football last year.
Hey, Wine Time, real quick.
It's Wine Time. If anybody wants to talk UCLA on any single sport, and by the way, he's on a 9-0 run ATS in women's volleyball at UCLA. I will say that.
It's false, but
I'm not on this game. I just making a couple jokes. What do you think, Spoon?
So I have a question for Wine Time. Do you know what's up with Sky Clark? Obviously, moving forward for this UCLA team, one of their better players. He's been out for some time. I thought he was going to be coming back and playing again this season. That's just a question for you. I think this is a really tough spot to pick. Both of these teams are out on the West Coast. A lot of their road and home games require quite a bit of travel. That's not the case here. I kind of feel like this is a nice buy low for Washington, but UCLA is the better team in my opinion. If they play a good game of basketball, they can win this. I'm not going to bet it.
I'll say this though, like if you're gonna take it, of course, these teams are in the Big Ten. Is like if you're gonna take advantage of a team, is like take advantage of a team that is on the first leg of a road back-to-back in Big Ten, because if we've seen anything from a scheduling standpoint, like if Ohio State goes over to the West Coast, they're going to play 2 West Coast games in a row. So you take the first leg, not the second leg, and the same thing, vice versa, when these teams travel. But, however, we're dealing with teams that know each other very well. Very tough.
Let's go, guys. And Spoons, to answer the question, I do expect Sky Clark to suit up today. He was practicing yesterday. I saw one of the reporters I followed.
Sounds like a WNBA player, doesn't it? Sky Clark.
But he took a video of him warming up on the court and shooting and stuff, and they said that like Mick Cronin said he was close to getting ready for that Rutgers game, and I think they're saving him for this game at home on a Saturday night, Pauley Pavilion. I think that he should be ready to go, but even if he's not ready to go, it just means more minutes for the other guys, unfortunately, which wears him down. Guys like Perry, guys like Dent. Perry, man, this guy's going to be playing in the league, man. He's fun to watch shooting that 3-ball with his size. He's good. But yeah, that's it for me on this, guys. We're going on almost 2 hours. Shout out to you guys. Let's get out of here, though. Daby Cab, you want to take us home?
Yeah, let's just recap our bets for everybody, man. And shout out to Gorky and Spoon. Thank you guys for joining us here. Hopefully we can get Billy, Dutch, some of the other guys here next week. But Guns, Wine Time, I love doing this with you guys, man. Spoon, it's my favorite thing on Saturdays. So thank you to everybody in the chat, man. 780 people are watching right now between X and YouTube. If you are on X, do us a favor and at least go hit the subscribe button on YouTube, Pub Sports Radio. It helps the channel. And you know what else helps the channel is the members in the chat and all the people that don't know. We got one person, Jeff Slaughter, that runs this channel, and that's it. Without him, there is no channel. And without you guys, we definitely don't have a channel. So thank you to the members and everybody that supports us. Right now, I've only got 3 official bets, but I've got a lot to digest. These are the games that are all starting relatively early. I did lay the first half with Arkansas at -2.5. It looks like that number has moved all the way through the 3 to 3.5 Wine Time, but yeah, I still like it, but I like the 2.5 better. I'm on Miami first half at -4.5 here. And then I took that money line with Georgia full game. I'm with our guy Spoons there. Like I said, I do have a few bets that I'm going to make in the later games. I will post them for you guys if I do. But those are my 3 right now. I'm going to let you guys hit it.
I'm going to go quick because I got to tweet out my action. Georgetown money line +130, Wisconsin money line +160, Florida -6.5, NC State -9.5, Providence -5, Creighton -2, UCLA -5, Marquette -2.5. We didn't talk about that. Every single game, Big East is being bet today. So, yeah, that's it. My action, guys.
My action, I'm going to give 3 plays here for free. If you want my VIP plays, go check me out. @whylose_guns on Instagram. And listen, $49. I'm going to have a max bet. I'm going to have a monster bet here today. If you want to go check that out, $49, go grab that one here. But for the show, for the people, let's talk about BYU team total over at 73.5. I think they do get over the total against Houston. That is too red hot, but red hot at home, not on the road. And also the team total under UNC 72.5 in that game. I think Duke's defense, top 5 in defensive efficiency, will get it done there. And if you want to get away from the prop aspect on this one, go with Montana. And I like Montana is like -2.5 right now. That's the obscure bet of the game. This team is coming off a loss when they had a big lead. They're back home at Missoula. They're going to get it done. If you don't want to take the -2.5, just take the money line. As long as the money line is -140 or less, I would say take that one. So those are my 3 plays: Montana money line, and what I say, UNC team total under, and BYU team total over. So
I got a huge card today. I'll just rattle it off quick. Georgia money line, Virginia Tech +10.5, Mercer money line, Toledo money line, Maine money line, Wofford -4.5. Miami.
Shout out Ace Flag.
Yeah, Cooper Flag's little brother plays on Maine.
Not little brother, twin, by the way. That's his twin brother.
Definitely not quite the same talent level, but
no,
Cooper
sucked all the talent out of him.
Mercyhurst +2.5, Arkansas State -1.5, Seattle U -2.5, Cleveland State money line, Columbia money line, Penn -3.5, Illinois +1.5, American +6, and Siena money line. I tailed you on that Montana game too. I don't have that number in front of me, but
it doesn't.
I didn't hear you guys talk about Illinois. Maybe I missed that part. That's a really good game today. I think that's a huge question mark coming into this game. Jeremy Fears has a little bit of a situation going on, kind of like Grayson Allen had back in the Duke days. I think there's going to be some sort of discipline for that. Literally just kicked a ball and a guy in the balls in the last game. Got a technical foul for it. He's not going to be suspended or anything like that, but I don't think he starts, and I think there's some minutes reduction. I don't think this Michigan State team's already dealing with some injuries. They don't have a lot of shot makers. I think this is going to be a really tough game for them to be able to stick in an offense like Illinois. What is his name? Wagler, one of the best young players in the country.
Bro, I just saw him yesterday. It's wild. I just saw like some clips of he's so good. He's a freshman, right?
Yeah, it's nuts. I watched that.
He could play anywhere in the world or country. He could play anywhere he wanted next year.
Yep. The way NIL sets up, it's fun for college, but it also kind of like makes it really tough for a lot of these schools. You have so many players transferring in and out. That's why Miami of Ohio is good this year. They have players that have been on that team for 4 years right now, 3 years, and all playing together. Interesting to see how this will continue to play out, but those good freshmen, I'm glad they're getting paid at the young age because they're making these schools so much money.
Well, I tell you
By
guys
the way,
what.
Just for everybody that wants to know, like you can get Montana money line at -135. I'm telling you, that's the best. Anything under -140, you're good.
There you go. And I was going to say, man, thank you to everybody in the chat one more time. These Saturdays, they're special because all you guys that rock with us. Spoons, thank you for joining. Guns, thank you for doing this with us every Saturday through football and college basketball. If you don't already follow Why Lose Guns, our guy Spoons, anybody that you saw on here, Wine Time, any of us, make sure and go follow. We'll try and return the follow. Just let us know, sometimes we might not see it. So reach out. And any of you guys that let me know to follow you back, I'll always follow you back. But that's it, man. We didn't plan it to be 1 minute before tip, but it's about 1 minute before tip. So everybody get your bets in. Let's make some fucking money today. And thank you. Let's go get paid.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look.